Hi, today we're going to talk about the 7 causes of cancer. 3 of them are physiological and 4 are emotional. Now, from a physiological point of view, the very first cause of cancer is going to be chemicals. And the chemicals are coming into the body through consumption. What you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're breathing, and what you're applying to your skin, because whatever is on your skin ends up in your bloodstream. 2 are free radicals. Free radicals are also caused by what you're consuming, the chemicals, the water, whatever beverages you're drinking. Thirdly are viruses. In fact, one that has been identified is the hepatitis B. That is a specific. The others with viruses, not all of them are identified, and they're not quite sure what each one does in the body from a cancer point of view. Now, it's been said that inflammation is a cause of cancer. Well, that's actually not accurate. Inflammation is your body's way of letting you know that there's an issue. Pay attention to this. That's what inflammation is about. It's not the cause of anything, it is the result of a cause. I always call it the root cause, because I use the same terminology for looking at the emotional aspects which are in the subconscious mind. Now, from a chemical point of view, obviously from a dietary point of view, let's go there, change your diet. Look at what you're consuming. Move into more organic, whole grain, healthy food alternatives to what you are currently consuming. I know you have your favorite foods, we all do, comfort foods as they're called. Well, you can change them out for an organic substitute. That way you'll bring in clean food. As far as drinking, whatever it is you're consuming from a water point of view, I'm a distilled water advocate. As far as other things, again, if you're going to drink coffee or teas, organically grown, they'll be chemical free. The chemicals actually corrupt the DNA of your cells, so they speed up the aging process, as well as laying a foundation for multiple diseases, let alone cancer. Something else the chemicals do is corrupt the mechanism within inside the cells, because your body runs on enzymes and protein. That's why vitamins are so essential. Vitamins are coenzymes from a technical point of view, and proteins are manufactured inside your cell. So if a chemical disrupts that process, you now have a mutated protein. And mutated protein and excess proteins are a cause of cancer. From a free radical point of view, you want to look at the nutrients vitamin A, C, E, selenium, grapeseed extract. All of those are good for squelching or eliminating free radicals and eliminating the damage that they can do to your system. From a virus point of view, you want to build your immune system. Again, we're back to vitamin A, C, zinc, and always include pantothenic acid, because when your body is under attack, you are stressing your adrenal glands, and when your adrenal glands get suppressed or taxed, your immune system goes down, your blood pressure goes up, as well as your inability to regulate sugar becomes more dominant. So pantothenic acid will nourish the adrenal glands and help maintain a stronger immune system. And of course, it's the vitamin A is the key to the immune system. Now, from an emotional point of view, the 4 emotions are anger, frustration, resentment, and guilt. And what's interesting is that the guilt, frustration, and resentment can all have aspects of anger or evolve into anger. So each of them can produce anger. So anger is your number one issue, because anger, like frustration, resentment, and guilt, can eat you up alive, just like cancer. So if you're dealing with anger, the way to get around it is this. On a blank sheet of paper, in the left-hand column, put down everything that makes you angry. And it doesn't matter how mundane or minuscule it is. If it triggers anger, it's worth noting. In the right-hand column, why? Why does that make you angry? Where does that come from? Because whatever your first answer is, I always tell people disregard the first answer, because that one is going to be the logical, rational, justifiable one, but it may not take you to the root cause, which is a concept in the subconscious mind. So you really need to continue to dig. Again, where does it come from? Why does whatever it is you put in the left-hand column make you angry? What is it about it? Who is it? There's always that as well. And the same thing applies to frustration or resentment. What is it that you resent? Do you resent the people you work with? Do you resent some of your family members? Do you have resentments against your significant other because of something they said or did, and you maintain that resentment? Do you have resentment over your lifestyle, where where you work, where you live, how you live? Do you think you should be so much more, and you resent the fact that others are holding you back? And remember, no one is holding you back. You are holding you back. This is from a symbolic point of view, because I work from a symbolic, energetic, and universal teachings point of view, and that's what I'm sharing with you, that perspective. This is your emotional finger. Why? Because you blame everybody. It was his fault, her fault, their fault. Everybody but you. But if you look at your hand, you'll see 3 fingers are pointing back at you. You are co-creating your reality. So the truth of the matter is, you need to climb inside your head and understand the concepts in your subconscious mind that tell you who you think you should be. Maybe you think you should be an angry person. Again, why? Where does that come from? Who was angry? Your mom? Your dad? Who were you like? Your mom? Your dad? Why? You've got to understand. Understanding is the key to emotional control, which will lead you to mastery, not only over every situation you're involved in, but especially over cancer. You've got to change your diet. You've got to change your thinking. The teachings are, you are what you eat, you are what you think. So look at resentments. And again, blank sheet of paper, left-hand side. What is it that you resent? Who do you resent? Why do you resent them? Why do you resent the situation you're in? You co-created it. Deal with it from a position of quiet strength and personal power. And you develop both of those from going within and understanding yourself. There's nothing outside of you. People think that money is going to give them power, and it does to a degree, but it's not the real true power that an individual needs to gain control and to master their life. Frustration. Again, left-hand column. What frustrates you? And who frustrates you? There's always that. There's always the what and the who. Right-hand side. Why? It's always the same. It's the who, the what, and the why. Where and when are just time elements that will continue to remanifest in your life. The teaching is history repeats itself. Well, man's history repeats itself because man does not understand man. And your personal history repeats because you do not necessarily understand you. And I know you've been in situations where you have sworn, I'll never ever do that again. I'll never get in that kind of a situation again. And yet, there you are. Now, the situation looks different because time has moved forward. So the where is different, the when is different, but the fundamental energy is the same. The people could be new people, but this one is just like that one. So there's that. Guilt. Guilt is a man-made teaching. It's a horrible teaching. It's one to keep you in control. It's one that if you feel guilty about this, that, and the other, then you're going to pray to God, to Jesus, to Buddha, to Shiva, to Ganesh, to whatever deity you think is going to save you. And the true salvation that was taught, what Jesus taught as our teacher for this age, is that the kingdom is within. Go read Luke 17:21. The kingdom is within. And then in Matthew, it says that the way to life is a narrow path, and few are they who find it. Why? Because it's an inward journey. You're not taught to go inward because obviously you're guilty about this, that, or the other for being born. How insane is that? Being born is not a sin, and you shouldn't feel guilty. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to understand self. It's an opportunity to master. Remember, Jesus taught, many will come to do the works I have done, even greater works. And where I go, I prepare a place for you. Well, in order to get there, you've got to emulate Jesus. You've got to be able to do what he did. You need to reach that level of Christ consciousness in order to be free of everything, including the material plane. So, long story short, go within. Seek to understand what makes you angry, what makes you guilty, what makes you frustrated, what is it that you resent. Change your diet. Change what you drink. Clean it up. As far as breathing, outside air, there's nothing you can do about it. But to put these chemical odorizers in your house, you're breathing in a gas. That gas is going to affect your cells. Your cells eat, drink, and breathe. They use oxygen, but if you're bringing in some chemical that makes life smell good, guess what? You may be corrupting your cells. So, there's the 7 causes, things to approach each one. If you have any questions, you can always reach me here. All of my work is free. All of my books are free. So if you go to CUTA Teachings, go to the gifts, and you can download anything and everything you want. Thanks for stopping by. If you, like I say, if you have any questions, you can always reach me at CUTA. Take care. God bless. Be well. Go within. Clean up your reality. You'll live longer and you'll become cancer-free.